this is going to be a brutal truth that if you're thinking of buying a house, you really need to watch out for. So because of what we've seen in the industry with the NAR lawsuit, buyers are now in a position where they may be the ones paying their real estate agent's commission. It will depend, right? Look, there's going to be sellers that are still paying buyers agents commission. There's going to be some that don't. And if you want to buy a house where they don't, the real estate agent's going to be looking to you to get that money, okay? And I've done videos about the buyer's agreement. I will link to one because you need to make sure you understand that when you sign it. Now, one of the things that I think every single buyer has to know is that when we're talking about real estate agent commission, the money that they get paid doesn't always go to them completely. There are a bunch of websites where they say, oh yeah, click here, and a real estate agent will come out and meet you. Oh, let us hook you up with our preferred real estate agent. Oh, here's a real estate agent, here. And you're like, oh, this website's a great website, I really like it. They've already vetted a real estate agent for me. That's so, no, they're getting a cut, guys. So there's a bunch of companies right now, big companies, where they sell your information to the real estate agent, they do the introduction, that's it. They're just introducing you, but then they're taking 30% of the real estate agent's commission. Sometimes it's 25, sometimes it's 35%. And you're like, wait, what? Yeah, seriously. So let's say a real estate agent makes $10,000, the seller pays it from selling you a house. They make 10, and you're like, wow. Well, if you got their number or you were introduced by one of these big corporations, the real estate agent could be paying one of these corporations $3,000, $3,500. Okay. Now I always think about that money and I'm like, hey, if the real estate agent's willing to give up that chunk of money, give it to the buyer towards closing costs. Don't give it to one of these multi-billion-dollar companies just for sending an email, because it's never disclosed to you. That's the part that I just can't figure out, is how is it not, like, as a buyer, don't you think they should tell you, hey, if we give you this real estate agent's info, and if you close with this real estate agent, we get XYZ percentage of the real estate agent's commission? Shouldn't they tell you? I think they should. And look, maybe there's a disclosure you get where it's like buried in, but that's going on, right? And sometimes people go, well, why do I care if the real estate agent's like, they're picking her pocket, not mine. I don't care. Well, guys, if there's money to give up, like, why is it going to them? It should go to you, number one. But number two, we're entering a new world where you, the buyer, may be paying the commission. So here's my question now. Let's say that your real estate agent is going to make $10,000 and you are writing that check, okay? How do you feel about Megacorp getting $3,000 of that for introducing you? That's it. And you're like, well, yeah, because here's the thing. You could be paying that real estate agent $7,000. You don't need to pay them $10,000. In this situation, you are probably negotiated to $10,000 because they have to pay Megacorp. Without Megacorp, you could be paying less. Yeah, and that's the thing, and we're gonna see so much of this, and like, I'm really hoping the legislators understand what a mess this is and how much transparency needs to happen in our industry, because it's ridiculous. It's like, I talk to people all the time and they're like, yeah, I was working with this mortgage company and, you know, they sent me to this agent and like, they didn't know what they were doing. And I was like, have you done this before? And I'm like, oh yeah, that company, that mortgage company, yeah, they have another shell company where they take 35% of the real estate agent's commission. So of course, the real estate agents who are willing to give up that much of their money, generally they're going to be newer or they're not very good, right? There's some that are, in fairness, but like, look, like who, if you're one of the best, you know, doctors in the world, would you be giving up 35% of your pay because someone sent you a patient? No, because you're already getting all your own patients. You don't need a company to do this. You know, it doesn't make sense. So types of companies that do this, it's every single one that you think is there to help you. All of them, right? You say, yeah, I would love to go see a house. Click, 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 click. Okay, the way that that agent is coming into your world is because they are paying that company for advertising, or that company is getting a percentage of their commission when the deal closes. Yeah, I see it with mortgage companies all the time where they're like, hey, if you use our preferred real estate agent, we'll give you $1,000. Yeah, they'll give you $1,000 because they're making $3,000, right? There's no free, you know, everything that's easy, there's someone paying a cost. And before, people were like, oh, well, the seller's paying it. Now, in fairness, it's priced into the price of the house, but now we're in a world where you're paying it. So here's my thing to you. If I was a buyer, okay, how would I look for a real estate agent? Would I click, yeah, show me, no. Hey, use our preferred real estate agent, we'll give you money. No. Hey, you know what, I don't do real estate anymore, but my friend, I can't remember her name. You're going to Ohio, right? Look, real estate agents make money when they refer a client to another real estate agent as well. They're taking commission as well. So what would I do as a buyer? I would be researching what real estate agent I'm going to work with independently. I'd be driving around the neighborhoods. I'd be looking at signs. I'd be looking at Google reviews, you know, real estate agent, the city, the county, and I'd be seeing who has the best reviews. Then I would be going on Zillow, because in most parts of the country, you can see how many sales they have had, and I'd be seeing how much business they do. I wouldn't sign a buyer's agreement. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't click any buttons. I would be doing my research and staying independent of all of this nonsense. And the reason I say that is because if you end up in a position where you're paying the buyer's agent's commission, right? These buyer's agreements are negotiable. So when you're looking at it and they're saying, oh, I only get 3%. And you're like, no, I want to pay you 2%. Well, guess what? It's harder for them to go down with what you pay when they're paying one of these, right? When they're paying one of these, they have to charge you more. So please be aware of this. Questions, comments, as always, reach out. A full disclosure, we do recommend real estate agents when people ask who are working with us. We don't charge for this. We do not get a referral fee. I will tell you why I do it. I don't like working with bad agents for a couple of reasons. Number one, they make the client's life miserable. Number two, the odds of the client getting a house are lower. So my incentive to do that is I want you to have a good experience, and I want you to close. I want you to get a house if you want a house, right? All this other nonsense, it's just a picking of the pocket. And if you're the one that's going to be, you know, passing out the dollar bills, you want to get all these stragglers away so that you're passing out as little as possible within reason. So I hope this has been helpful. Feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching.